What's up happens when you have zero talent in a world built on genetic advantages. You work until your body breaks. Then, you keep working. The weaponized failure. The defect subject. Rock Lee classification. Taijutsu specialist. Threat level. Underestimated until contact. Rock Lee cannot use ninjutsu, cannot use genjutsu, cannot manipulate chakra externally. This is genetic, a defect in his chakra network. The pathways that channel energy outward don't function properly. In the ninja world, this makes him worthless. Ninjutsu defines combat, elemental attacks, shadow clones, substitution techniques. Every standard tactic requires chakra manipulation. Lee has none of it. He can generate chakra internally, but he can't project it, can't shape it, can't use it for anything except enhancing his physical body. Most people with this condition wash out of the academy, become civilians, find other careers. Teachers told him this directly. You'll never be a ninja. Find something else. Classmates laughed at him. The kid who couldn't do a simple clone technique. The failure who couldn't pass basic tests. Lee decided to become a weapon anyway. The training. If you can't use chakra externally, you use your body as the weapon. Taijutsu, hand-to-hand combat, pure physical ability. Lee's training regimen operates at the edge of what the human body can survive. 5,000 punches, 5,000 kicks, 5,000 push-ups, daily, every single day. Not a motivational exaggeration, actual count. He wears weighted training gear constantly. Ankle weights, wrist weights, weighted vest, pounds of resistance on every movement. Walking feels like wading through water. Running feels like sprinting uphill. Every step is training. He sleeps in the weights, eats in the weights, lives his entire life under constant resistance. When normal training stops working, increase the weight. When that stops working, increase the reps. When that stops working, train longer. His body adapted through controlled destruction. Muscles tear during training. Bones develop microfractures from impact. Tendons strain past safe limits. The body repairs overnight, comes back stronger. Repeat daily for years. This created something beyond normal human capacity. Lee's speed without weights approaches supernatural levels. He moves so fast, the air displacement creates wind. His strikes generate enough force to crack stone. His movements blur even to trained eyes. But this comes with permanent cost. The philosophy. Lee's teacher, Might Guy, gave him the philosophy that would define his life. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Simple, direct. Probably something Guy read on a motivational poster. But for Lee, it became gospel. Every time someone said he couldn't do something, he trained harder. Every time he failed, he increased the reps. Every time his body screamed to stop, he kept going. Because stopping meant accepting they were right. Stopping meant admitting he'd never be good enough. Guy believed in him when nobody else did, saw potential where everyone else saw failure. So Lee trained like his life depended on it, because in his mind, it did. The gates. Lee's ultimate technique, the 8 inner gates. The human body has 8 chakra limiters built into the nervous system. They prevent people from using their full strength, because full strength destroys the body. Your muscles can generate enough force to shatter your own bones. Your heart can beat so fast it explodes. Your brain can process information so quickly it burns out. The gates exist as safety measures. They keep you alive by keeping you weak. Opening them removes the limiters. First gate, gate of opening. Removes mental restraints on muscle usage. Unlocks 5 times normal strength. Your body stops holding back. Second gate, gate of healing. Eliminates fatigue signals. Your body thinks it's fresh even when it's dying. Forces you past exhaustion into collapse. Third gate, gate of life. Skin turns red from massively increased blood flow. Speed and power multiply. You start moving faster than you can think. Fourth gate, gate of pain. Muscle tissue begins tearing from exertion. Your body physically cannot handle the strain. You feel every fiber rip. Fifth gate, gate of limit. Green energy radiates from the body like flames. Speed exceeds what normal human eyes can track. You become a blur. Each gate multiplies power. Each gate increases damage to the user. Lee routinely opens 5 gates during serious combat. His body operates at levels that should kill him. His bones crack under his own muscle contractions. His tendons strain to failure points. But he keeps moving. Sixth gate, gate of view. The body begins breaking down. Internal bleeding starts. Organs strain, blood vessels burst. Seventh gate, gate of wonder. Blue energy replaces green. Speed creates vacuum pockets in the air. Punches generate shock waves that damage everything nearby. The air itself becomes a weapon. 8th Gate, Gate of Death. Red energy. Power rivals the strongest ninja alive. The body burns itself as fuel. Every cell gets consumed. Death is certain when the gate closes. Lee hasn't opened the 8th gate yet. When he does, it will be his last fight. Guy told him this clearly. The 8th gate is reserved for when you have something more important to protect than your own life. Lee understood, filed it away, kept training, because one day something would matter more than living. The Gaara fight. Lee's combat debut against Gaara of the Sand demonstrated what weaponized determination looks like. Chunin exams. Preliminary rounds. Lee versus Gaara. Gaara possessed absolute defense. Automatic sand shield controlled by the demon sealed inside him. The sand moved on instinct, blocked everything. Nothing touched him. He'd never been hit in his life. Lee removed his weights mid-fight, dropped them on the ground casually. The impact cratered the arena floor. Chunks of stone exploded outward. The audience went silent. Guy had been making him train in weights so heavy, they destroyed the ground when dropped. Then, Lee moved. Faster than Gaara's sand could react. Faster than the audience could track. He opened the first gate and attacked. First hit in Gaara's life. Lee delivered it through pure speed and timing. The crowd lost their minds. The unbeatable defense just got beaten by a kid who couldn't use ninjutsu. Lee didn't stop. Used primary lotus, a technique that sacrifices the user's body to guarantee damage. Wraps the opponent in bandages. Opens the first gate. Spins them into the ground from high altitude. Gaara survived through sand armor. Lee's left arm and leg shattered on impact. Normal fighters stop when bones break. The pain alone is enough to end most fights. Lee kept fighting. Broken arm dangling, broken leg barely supporting weight. He opened more gates, pushed past the pain, landed more hits on someone supposedly untouchable. The audience watched in horror. This kid was destroying himself to win. Then Gaara's sand caught him, crushed his left arm and leg completely, bones pulverized, muscles destroyed. Lee collapsed, unconscious, bleeding, broken. Doctors examined him immediately. The verdict was unanimous. He'd never fight again. His career ended at 13. Lee started training with the other arm 3 days later. The surgery Tsunade offered surgery months later. Experimental procedure. She'd never done it before. The success rate was theoretical. 50% chance of success, full recovery, return to combat. 50% chance of failure, permanent paralysis, wheelchair for life. Lee took those odds without hesitation. Guy tried to talk him out of it. You can still be a ninja. Teach. Train others. You don't need to fight. Lee's response was simple. If I can't fight, I'm not a ninja, because a 50% chance of fighting again beat a 100% chance of being useless. The surgery took hours. Tsunade rebuilt shattered bones, reconnected destroyed muscles, repaired nerve damage that should have been permanent. It worked. Barely. His arm and leg function. He can walk, can run, can fight, but chronic pain remains. The damage was too severe for complete repair. Every movement hurts. Some days, worse than others. He returned to training anyway. Same regimen, same intensity. Broken body pushed to the same limits as before. Most people would adapt their training after career-ending injuries. Reduce intensity. Focus on recovery. Lee adapted his pain tolerance instead. Pain became background noise. Something to ignore. Something that didn't matter. Drunken Fist. Lee discovered alcohol affects his taijutsu in unexpected ways. His fighting style relies on rigid discipline, precise movements, perfect technique, every strike calculated, every defense measured. Alcohol destroys all of that. Motor control deteriorates, precision vanishes, discipline evaporates, but it unlocks something else. Drunken Fist, unpredictable movement, attacks come from impossible angles. Drunk Lee becomes more dangerous than sober Lee. This makes zero sense tactically. Loss of coordination should weaken combat ability. Impaired judgment should create openings. But predictability is a weakness. Perfect technique creates patterns. Patterns can be studied. Studied patterns can be countered. Randomness can't be countered. Drunk Lee abandons everything he trained for, fights on pure instinct, stumbles into attacks that shouldn't work but do, dodges through moves that look like falling but aren't. Nobody can predict what he'll do next, because he doesn't know what he'll do next. He used this once during a mission. Accidentally drank medicine that contained alcohol. The enemy thought he was finished. He proceeded to beat 3 Jonin-level opponents while giggling and hiccuping. Guy was mortified. Lee was confused. The enemy was unconscious. He's never used it strategically since. Too unreliable, too embarrassing, too unlike the disciplined fighter he built himself to be. But the option exists, hidden in the back of his tactical arsenal. The technique he'll never admit he has. Psychological profile. Lee operates on Guy's philosophy. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. This kept him going through every failure, every injury, every person who said he'd never make it. But the philosophy contains a critical flaw. It only works if you survive the hard work. Lee's training destroyed his body before he turned 20. Chronic pain, permanent injuries, reduced mobility compared to his peak. He achieved his goal, became a powerful ninja through effort alone, proved everyone wrong who said it was impossible. The cost was his health, his future, and his longevity. Doctors give him timelines, projections based on the damage accumulating in his body. By 30, his joints will be breaking down faster than they can repair. Arthritis, bone spurs, chronic inflammation. By 40, basic movement will cause significant pain. Running might be impossible. Fighting definitely will be. By 50, he'll likely need assistance to walk. The accumulated damage will be too severe. He knows all this, has known since the surgery. Tsunaid told him directly, "Your body is breaking down. Every time you open those gates, you're borrowing from your future. Eventually, the debt comes due." Lee trains anyway, because proving himself mattered more than preserving himself. Being a ninja for 10 years mattered more than being healthy for 50. Strategic implications. Lee represents the absolute ceiling of human ability without genetic advantages. Pure training, pure determination, pure refusal to accept the word impossible. This makes him inspirational and tragic at the same time. Inspirational, because he proved it could be done. A regular person became strong enough to fight prodigies and win. Tragic because the cost makes it unsustainable. You can push the human body to superhuman levels, but the body breaks faster than it adapts. Lee chose this path knowing the cost. Would make the same choice again if given the option. Because some things matter more than a long life, like proving that hard work means something, that genetics aren't everything, that willpower can overcome natural limits. Conclusion. Rock Lee had every reason to fail. Every teacher told him to quit. Every test told him he wasn't good enough. Every comparison to his peers showed the gap. He became dangerous anyway through sheer refusal to accept limitations. But breaking through your limits requires breaking yourself. His career will be short. His body won't survive long-term combat at this intensity. His techniques guarantee injury with every use. He knew all this before he started, chose to burn bright instead of lasting long. What happens when the fire burns out? The question remains unanswered. Lee doesn't think about it, can't afford to, because thinking about the end means accepting there is one, and acceptance has never been his strength. End report.